Temporary Residence and Work Permit. Welcome to the website of the Department of Foreigners Affairs of the Masovian Voivodeship Office in Warsaw. From our presentation you will learn how to easily obtain a temporary residence and work permit in Poland. What documents you need to prepare and where and when to apply. Welcome. If you intend to take up employment in the territory of the Republic of Poland, or if you are already working based on a work permit obtained or a statement on entrusting work to a foreigner, or if your current temporary residence and work permit expires, you can apply for a temporary residence permit. If you live in the Masovian Voivodeship, you should report to the Department of Foreigners Affairs of the Masovian Voivodeship Office in Warsaw. Remember, you must submit the application no later than on the last day of your legal stay in Poland. Where can you book a visit? Register on the InPol portal for foreigners, fill in the application and make an appointment at the office at a time convenient for you. After creating an account in the InPol system, you will also have an option to attach scans of documents confirming your purpose of stay, pay the application's fee and tracking the status of the case. Remember that upon arriving for an appointment, you must have a printed and signed form from the InPol system and other required documents. Which documents do you need to prepare? 2 copies of a completed and signed application for a temporary residence permit. Fill in the application in the InPol system, available on our website, thanks to which you will be sure that you have prepared the application correctly. 4 current and color photos, 2 photocopies of a valid passport. You will have to show the original to the employee during the visit at the office for inspection. Confirmation of the stamp duty paid to the account of the Taxpayer Service Center. The payment is 440 Polish zlotys for considering the application. You can pay this payment on the spot at the office. If you have the attorney, you must also pay stamp duty in the amount of 17 Polish zlotys for the power of attorney. To obtain a permit it is necessary that you provide Attachment number 1 filled in by the employer, indicating the position, the place of work, the legal basis of the work performed, the working time, the amount of remuneration, the scope of basic duties of the position and the period of declared employment. Evidence of health insurance coverage. For example, a policy confirming private health insurance covering the costs of treatment on the territory of the Republic of Poland. The foreign policy should be delivered together with a sworn translation into Polish. Remember that your insurance cover must be at least €30,000. ZUS PRCA declarations for the last 3 months. If it is the employer who pays health insurance premiums for you, you should attach a current ZUS PRCA declaration bearing a stamp and a signature of a person authorized to represent the employer or together with a confirmation of sending it to ZUS. You can also attach the ZUS PZUA declaration with a confirmation of submission to ZUS. This declaration confirms that you have been declared for health insurance by your employer. Remember, however, that it should not be older than 3 months from the date of the decision in your case. Document confirming a place of residence on the territory of Poland, for example. Document confirming your address of residence. Apartment lease agreement. Or a statement of the person who has the right to administer the dwelling that he or she will provide you with accommodation, together with a document confirming the right to administer the premises by the person making the statement, for example a copy of the land and mortgage register or notarial deed. It is also necessary to document that the entity commissioning the work does not have the capacity to meet the staffing needs of the local labor market. This document may be information from the Starost, with original available for inspection. A work permit issued before the date on which you submitted your application for temporary residence and work. Declaration of entrusting employment to a foreigner along with the documents confirming the employment started at least 3 months before submitting the application for a temporary residence permit, i.e. employment contract and ZUS PRCA declarations for the period of 3 months preceding the submission of the application. Remember that there are also a number of grounds for exempting you from the obligation to submit the information from the Starost. Exempt from this obligation are full-time students, graduates of full-time studies pursued in the territory of the Republic of Poland, or persons who take up employment in professions for which it is not necessary to obtain information from the Starosty, for example tractor-trailer driver or bus driver. If the Starost's information indicates the requirements for candidates applying for a given position, you should attach the documents confirming the fulfillment of the indicated requirements. These may be, for example, documents confirming that you have relevant education, professional experience, or knowledge of foreign languages. Document confirming that the qualification requirements and other conditions have been met to perform work in a regulated profession. For example, in the case of employment as a tractor-trailer driver, a certified copy of the driving license with translation, the driver's certificate and the certificate of professional competence. Certificate of lack of arrears in taxes issued by a competent tax office. PIT 37 tax return for the previous year with a confirmation of its submission to the tax office. A certificate from the social insurance institution stating that the declared employer is not in arrears with the payment of contributions, as well as the number of employees declared and the amount of contributions paid for the last 6 months. A document confirming the possession by the entity entrusting work to a foreigner of financial means or other sources of income necessary to cover the obligations arising from the entrustment of work to a foreigner and confirming the actual business activity. This document may be a CIT-8 tax return for the past financial year, or a document confirming that your employer has sufficient funds. If you have already taken up employment in the Republic of Poland, you should enclose documents confirming that you have a stable and regular source of income sufficient to cover the costs of living for yourself and your dependent family members. A current employment contract, order contract, contract for specific work, work permit, ZUS declarations. A document confirming the legality of employment, for example a temporary residence permit, a work permit, a statement on delegation of work to foreigners registered in the Powiat Labor Office. Declaration of the number of your dependents. The cost of living on the territory of the Republic of Poland monthly must be higher than the income entitling to cash benefits from social assistance. If you are a single person, your monthly income must be above 701 Polish zlotys, from January 1, 2022. 776 Polish zlotys. In case of a family, the number of financial resources per one person should exceed 528 Polish zlotys. From January 1, 2022, 600 Polish zlotys. If you apply for a temporary residence and work permit for the second time, you should attach documents confirming that you were employed in accordance with the conditions of the previous permit. For example employment certificates, ZUS PRCA declarations or receipts for civil law contracts. If you have terminated employment with a previous employer, you should attach documents confirming the fulfillment of the obligation under Article 113 of the Act on Foreigners, i.e., documents confirming the fact that you informed the province governor who granted you the permit about the termination of employment. All documents provided by you should be originals or certified copies certified true by a notary or an attorney who is an attorney at law, a legal advisor, a patent attorney or a tax advisor. Documents should be prepared in Polish, and in case of foreign language documents they must be translated by a sworn translator. If the application is complete and submitted during your legal stay in Poland, you will be able to receive a stamp in your passport. If you receive a positive decision, you will have to pay the stamp duty again, this time for issuing a residence card. The payment is paid to the bank account of the Masovian Voivodeship Office in Warsaw. All information about payments is available on our website. For what period of time will you receive a permit? The permit is granted for the period necessary to fulfill the purpose of stay, from 3 months to 3 years. Remember, if you receive a negative decision, you have the right to appeal to the second instance authority to the head of the Office for Foreigners. You must submit the appeal within 14 days of the date receipt of the decision through the authority that issued the decision. Remember that each case is individual, and the application examination process may be longer than that due to various circumstances that may require additional explanation. In the event of loss or damage to the residence card, you should notify the office about it within 3 days from the date of the event, send the form by post, application available on our website and follow the steps outlined there directions. And submit an application for replacement of the document including 2 photos and a photocopy of the valid passport and confirmation of the payment of stamp duty in the amount of 100 Polish zlotys. Submission of a complete and correctly completed application with all the necessary documents speeds up the procedure, thanks to which you will get a residence card faster. For this purpose, use our InPol system available on the website. Frequently asked questions. What is a Pestle number and how to get it? Pestle is a national identification number used in Poland. The number is assigned by the municipal offices, and in the case of Warsaw by the district offices. Obtaining a Pestle number is free of charge. If you want your Pestle number to appear on your residence card, you must provide proof of your Pestle number when you apply. Your Pestle number makes it easier for you to use the health service. Can I travel during the procedures? Yes. You must have a valid visa or other travel document. Does the residence card allow you to get a loan from the bank? A residence card is a residence document, and it confirms your identity while you are staying on the territory of the Republic of Poland. A residence card alone does not entitle you to apply for a loan or credit. When applying for a loan, the bank will require you to fill out a loan application and provide other necessary documents to qualify for the loan. The bank may require you to present your residence card or passport. Your chosen bank can provide you with detailed information. Can I take up employment after applying for temporary residence and work? To take up employment legally in the Republic of Poland, you should obtain a permit that will allow you to do so. The mere fact of filing an application for a temporary residence and work permit is not the same as the possibility to legally undertake work. To be able to perform work during the procedure, your employer should apply for a work permit or a statement on entrusting work to a foreigner. To obtain a residence card, register in the InPol system right away. Get access to the online platform. Attach the necessary documents to the case. Make an appointment. Come to the office and submit an application. Then track the case in the system. If you have questions, we will answer them. Write or call to us. Take part in events organized by the Department of Foreigners Affairs, informational Saturdays or open days. Details will be available on our website.